In this video, I'm going to explain to you the difference between a shoe that is designed specifically for pickleball and a shoe that is fine to play pickleball in, but is not designed specifically for pickleball, but rather a shoe that is designed for tennis. This video is in response to a video we published a couple of weeks ago where I explained, or I answered the question that I get asked all the time, which is, what shoe do I wear when I play pickleball? I wear a shoe that's designed specifically for pickleball. Now, in response to that, a lot of you asked the question, well, what is it that makes the shoe that you use specific to pickleball? So in this video, I'm going to explain the difference between these two shoes. Before we get into the difference, I'm going to get into the similarities between two high quality shoes. This is an Asics shoe designed for tennis. It's an excellent shoe designed for tennis. I used to wear these shoes when I played tennis. This is a Tyrol shoe designed for pickleball. The difference in the size is this is Jill, my wife's shoe, and this is my shoe. The Tyrol shoe is the shoe that I had referenced in my prior video. Now, let's talk about the similarities between these two shoes, and then I'll explain to you the difference. Similarity in these two shoes is they're both going to be high quality construction. The uppers on both of these shoes is going to be well made. The tongue, the lacing, things like that, you don't have to worry about that with either one of these shoes. The bottom soles on both of these is going to be very well made. Your midsoles are going to be good quality midsoles. Your insoles are going to be good quality insoles. You're also going to have some sort of stabilizing feature. In this shoe, you can see this plastic piece here, this wrap that goes around the heel. It wraps underneath the shoe, so it wraps from here underneath the shoe and back around. That helps stabilize the heel as you move around. This shoe has something similar, but it's built on the inside. You can feel it when you reach on the inside of the shoe. It has a similar sort of torsional stability in the back that helps the shoe maintain its form, right, when you're moving laterally with this shoe. You may notice as I flip them around, this one does have some aeration in the bottom. That's an interesting feature, a cool feature, but it is not the feature that I'm mostly concerned about when I look at the difference between a tennis shoe and a shoe specifically designed for pickleball. The shoe that's specifically designed for pickleball is designed to address a difference in the movement between tennis and pickleball. Now, both sports move laterally, right? In both sports, we move laterally. I come from 40 years of tennis, so I'm well familiar with the lateral movement on a tennis court. The difference is the manner in which we move laterally. In tennis, we're generally covering longer distances when we move laterally, so they're longer steps, right? So we're taking bigger steps as we move either left or right on the tennis court. In pickleball, we're covering a smaller space, and we're taking a lot of smaller, sort of jerky kind of movements laterally one way or the other as we move to hit usually our dinks, or we're moving to hit volleys and things like that. We're taking these really short kind of steps back and forth. So the kinetic energy that's used in each sport is different between tennis and pickleball. And that's what Kevin and the team at Tyrol Pickleball designed the shoe to be built around, was the movement or the motion that we have when we play pickleball. And the specific difference in the shoe has to do with the design of the heel. The heel in this shoe, if you put your finger inside and pull back, it feels pretty flat, and then it kind of curves up at the back, right, where you have the end of the heel. On this shoe, when you pull your finger across it like this, you actually find a little bit of depression in the back, and then you can feel a more pronounced heel movement up, right, a rise in the back where it goes down and then up again. The idea is that this part of the shoe is designed to cradle your heel. So your heel actually sits farther back or farther down in this shoe than it does in a shoe that's designed for tennis. Now what that does is that actually pulls your heel back and down and provides additional protection for that area around the heel, all those tendons and things around your heel. That's the design that's specific to this shoe and is not included in this shoe. Now that's not to say you cannot play pickleball in a tennis shoe. You can play pickleball in a tennis shoe. There's nothing technically wrong with playing pickleball in a tennis shoe. However, understand that this shoe was not specifically designed for the sport of pickleball. These shoes are specifically designed for the sport of tennis. And in fact, a lot of the shoes that you see out there with the term pickleball on them that are offered by tennis shoe companies are basically tennis shoes that are relabeled for pickleball, not shoes specifically designed for pickleball. That's not to say they're all like that. And my expectation is that tennis shoe companies will adapt, and they'll start designing shoes that are specifically made for pickleball. The only shoe that is designed specifically for pickleball by a company that only makes pickleball shoes is this shoe, TRUE. That's why when I decide on what shoe I'm going to wear as a pickleball player, I wear a shoe that is specifically designed for the sport that I'm playing, and I don't wonder about whether the shoe that I'm wearing is right for the sport that I'm actually playing. Just like I did in the last video, I'm going to put a code up here. If you're interested in checking out TRUE shoes, use the code. It gives you a discount, also helps support this channel, our podcast, and all our other efforts to help grow pickleball and strengthen pickleball. If you want to continue playing in a tennis shoe, again, don't stress about it. Everything's fine. Play in a tennis shoe. But if you're not sure and you're looking for a shoe that's designed for pickleball, recommend the TRUE Pickleball Shoe. Be well, and I'll see you next time.